One of the number one issues for cat parents is having their cats scratch their furniture. This is a very common issue. So why do cats scratch? It's a totally natural instinct. They do it to mark their territory and to sharpen their claws. It's not them being a bad cat. And we're going to talk about some of the top ways to keep your cats from scratching your furniture. The first step is to provide them with better scratching options. You want to provide them with a different variety of scratchers, not only vertical, but also some that are horizontal, like the scratching pads, because every cat is different when they want to stretch and scratch. You want to make sure when you get a scratching post that you get one that's tall enough for your cat to be able to stretch its arms all the way up and get a full stretch in while clawing. If it's not, you need at least one that big. And there are a ton of different options, so you can definitely find one that your cat loves. Now you want to place these near where they're already wanting to scratch. If they're not using scratchers, you already have the scratchers, but they're not using the ones that you have. You want to try to entice them to use it by providing catnip for it or catnip spray. My cats are obsessed with silver vine catnip. Now, when you see your cat scratching a piece of furniture that you do not want it scratching, pick up your cat, take it over to the scratching post, put its claws on it so that it can see that this is where it's supposed to scratch. Every time your cat goes to scratch something that you don't want them to scratch, you have to redirect it. If you've ever had a child or ever been told of a child being potty trained, teaching your cat not to scratch your furniture is very much like this. It is very repetitive, and you have to do it over and over and over and over and over again for weeks upon weeks upon weeks until the cat finally, you've broken its will, and it now will not scratch your couch. It will scratch the scratching post because you've redirected it every time. Now, will this keep them from scratching your furniture when you're not home? Not at first, but over time, once you keep directing it and you keep moving them to where you want them to go, it will prevent them from scratching your furniture. Other things that you can try. Apply things to your furniture that your cats do not want to have near them, like double-sided sticky tape. Cats hate sticky stuff. So if you put this, which is made for your furniture, right onto it, it will prevent scratching. So maybe you just want to invest in some cat furniture protectors. They do make those, and your cats cannot claw those. Also, citrus sprays. Now with citrus sprays, you have to be really careful with these. Please make sure that you get one that is pet safe. Don't just go to the store and buy some essential oils and start doing things, okay? Because that can be harmful to your cat. So you don't want to do that, but there are cat safe citrus sprays that are specifically made to smell like citrus and be safe for your cats, and that will keep them away from your furniture. My cats cannot stand the smell of citrus. They hate it. They make the stinky face. They're definitely not going to claw anything that has that on it. If you are looking for something that is free, a temporary solution is to cover it with a blanket. Like, cover it with a blanket. We have had not so much our furniture, but they like to claw these little bins that I have. And I have had to wrap those bins to get them to not scratch them because they want to scratch them. For some reason, they have chosen that is the coolest thing in the world. So we just decided to cover it with a blanket because it was a cheap and easy fix. And then when we can, we'll find some place to put these things out of the cat's way. I'm going to show you some of the things that I have done that might be a little more creative with scratching posts. All I simply did with this was took a bunch of scratching pads and hot glued them together, cut them where they would fit exactly the base of my couch, and then stuck them up under there because that's where they were scratching. And I was looking for a cheap alternative. You can do this with all kinds of old scratching posts. Just glue them together and put it wherever you want to put it. The cats can scratch it, and you get them a new one to put somewhere else. Now, when your cat does decide that it's not going to scratch your furniture anymore, or if it scratches its scratching post, it's never scratched the scratching post before, for the first time ever, unprompted by you, that cat goes and scratches that scratching post. You want to give it a treat. You want to give it some catnip. You want to give it some praise. Like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. You're such a good girl. You're such a good boy. And I don't know where I heard this from, and I cannot prove it, but I have tried it with my cats and it 100% works. If you talk to a cat like they are a baby, they love it. I have no clue why, but they receive things better when you talk to them like that. One other thing you want to make sure that you always do is have your cat's nails cut. As a side note, please do not declaw your cat. It is seriously one of the most inhumane things that you can do to a cat. If you've already had a cat that's been declawed, I'm not here to hate on you. Maybe you didn't know. I don't know, but please don't do that. But you do need to cut their nails. This will also help when they accidentally swipe at you or when you're playing with them not to be able to draw blood out. When those nails are blunt and not sharp little daggers of doom, it definitely makes everything around the house easier. So I recommend cutting your cat's nails at least every 2 weeks, just like you would go to the nail salon, and getting a pair of safe cat nail clippers is going to help you out a ton. The most important thing is to be patient and be consistent. With these tips, saving your couch is possible and your cats will still love you too. Let me know in the comments, what have you done to keep your cats from scratching your furniture and what has worked for you? And if you want more cat tips from me, don't forget to subscribe. And every time you do, remember, a cat gets a treat.